These are some of the bigger expressways near us. We're going to be going over road rage. I'm going to give you some high school examples, middle school examples, so you know how to navigate. And then I'll be throwing some question prompts in. I like this because I'm talking about things you know. We have students here doing the makeup. We have students here who are in my class. And I want to give you the most current information, and I really want you to make educated decisions. Because I'm an educator, I'm going to go over the objective. By the end of this session, you will be able to understand the high stakes role and discover how skills and creative leadership. So you're making split-second decisions. Should you go through a light? Yes or no? Should you merge on the freeway when you're too slow and a semi-truck is coming? Should you make your lane change to the right, but you have on your left blinker? Okay. Should you run down the hallway as a freshman because your friends are videoing you, but they're 3 seniors who are the valedictorian of the school and you knock them down? What impact does that have on you? Will you get into a fight? Will you get into a fight after school? Will they go to the principal and say, this freshman or sophomore or junior knocked me down? If they say nothing, you're going to keep running through the hallway. So I'm using some high school examples. Stay with me. I'm going to be putting some prompts in. So I want you to look at and think about chaos. Sometimes when we drive, it's chaos. Your high school is chaos. Meaning, Antonio, every time between 3 and 5 at your high schools across the country is chaos. Seniors are speeding out of there. Teachers are getting out of there, going to their second job. Your principal has to stay after for a board meeting. He or she wants to go get some food, relax. They want to leave. The assistant principal watches the parking lot. The principal says, hey, John or Sal, I'm going to go eat. If there's a problem, you text me. Only if there's a problem. Your principal's trying to get out of there quickly. So your chaos is your high school. I need all of you to put in an example of chaos you've seen at your high school. Every single person in here, put an example of what you've seen as chaos. In the morning, your high school is chaos. At lunchtime, it's chaos. After school is chaos. You need to type an example, not 1 or 2 little sentences. I'm dealing with high school students. Give me a DOK level 3, type chaos, and what do you see every single day? Remember, I'm an educator. I see it too. Thank you, Max. I appreciate that. I'm going to keep going while you guys enjoy this. So I want you to make good decisions. I'm going to give you stories. I'm going to help you understand. And this will help you look through the development. I'm like your showrunner. I'm your instructor. I'm painting you a picture of what your high school is going to be like. I'm painting you a picture of how to navigate this. As a teacher, I could get hit, run over every single day. If I show up late to school, I'm going to get hit. I'm going to get run over. I won't be able to get the spot that I want. All of you need to think of personal examples. This is how we understand our world. I don't want this class to be boring. And I'm really sharing with you because I'm an educator. I've taught at high school level, middle school level. I've done sports. Okay. So we're going to be talking about the metro area. Whether some of you go to a small school or big school, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about the SIPDE process. If you don't know what it is, I'll be dropping it in. And this will help you become a safe driver. And I like what I'm doing because I want to make you safe. Okay? I just put in high school driver education teaches the IPDE process. So I'm going to talk about this. Okay? First, you're in your high school parking lot. You're coming in, you're leaving school. It's the morning, it's the afternoon. You're coming back for sports. You have to identify the hazards. The hazards are people in the band, parents, beginning drivers who don't have a lot of experience, seniors who have a little bit of experience, Mom and dad who are running late or leaving early, a bus driver who's lost. You got to scan for hazards, signs, and other vehicles. You got to read and identify what's going on. I'm gonna put in this information, and I think it's really gonna help. I like where we're headed with this. I'm giving you small little chunks, and I think it's gonna help. So what I want you to do is tell me some of the hazards you are scanning for. What are you scanning for? What signs are in your area? Do you have security cameras? Do you have the flock cameras? Do you have a crossing guard? Please answer those questions. Do you have security cameras? Where are they at? Do you have a crossing guard? We have a crossing guard by my school. Most people blow the stop sign. They don't stop. The crossing guard is there to put a big sign in your face and stop. You need to tell me what hazards are in your school zone. What signs are there? What are some of the other vehicles? Please type this in. I don't want people just sitting here. I need to be interactive. Next, predict what other drivers might do. I'm going over the IPDE process. Each of you should have different answers because we see the world differently. I'm not waiting for any of you. I want you to have a great class today, and I'm trying different things. Predict what might happen when you're going into your school, or you're leaving your school, or you're coming late, or you're early. Predict what will happen. You are in this high school environment. I teach in this high school environment. I'm a bus driver. I'm your principal. I'm your teacher. I'm your mom. I'm your dad. I'm the janitor. I'm the tennis coach. The biggest thing is safety. Safety. We've learned 2 days ago at a four-way stop, the biggest thing is safety. If someone is saying go and you don't go, they get mad. Like, so what? Safety is the underlying priority. I'm going to tell you an example without cutting someone's head off. We were driving on the road. My student almost rear-ended the car. The frontal crash warning system went off. I had to remove the student's foot off the brake because I didn't say male or female, they were about to slam brakes. They did not understand. I looked in my rear mirror. A Ram 1500 almost rear-ended us because the student was slamming brakes. Information overload. I didn't talk to the student, I acted. Next, after that emotional event was over, we stopped on a green light making a right turn. The same truck almost rear-ended us. This will happen to all of you. Those of you who haven't driven yet, you need to mentally get ready. You will have information overload. Remember, the most important thing I need to do as your instructor is safety. I'll say it again. Safety is the underlying priority. We have to be safe in the vehicle, whether you're having a meltdown or whether you totally understand everything. Safety. Don't take it personal. Next, you have to predict what other drivers might do. Some drivers aren't paying attention in your parking lot. They're looking at a phone. They're texting their professor. They're texting their college coach. I'm coming there from Florida State. I'll see you at 9 o'clock. You're like, man, the coach is coming. You have a senior who's 6'10". He's got 3 offers. Okay? Kentucky is going to be coming there. He or she is very excited. Do you think they're really worried about you walking across? No. Do you think they care about you? Probably no. Do you think they care about you and your mom? Probably no. Of course they care. But they're going to have an event that's going to change their life. They're going to have a college recruiter coming in. They have a 3.5. They're probably going to get an offer. They are thinking about parking and getting into the school to meet the recruiter in the counseling office. They see you walking, Lewis, but they don't see you. They see you walking, Antonio, but they don't see you. They see you walking, Abigail, but they don't see you. They have information overload. Please make sure, scholars, if you come in late, then you won't get your full credit. I'm just letting you guys know, session is recorded. Please listen and mute yourself. I'm giving you real life examples of a senior or a junior who's 6'10", who's being recruited. You're walking across the parking lot thinking cars will stop for you. They're not. Anticipate what other drivers might do. I want to keep moving. I'm giving you real life examples. You need to be replying to this in the chat. Don't just sit here and do nothing. Here's the next scenario. Choose a safe action. If you're walking, what is your safe action? If you're driving and you're that 6'10" senior, male or female, you're about to get an offer from Kentucky that's going to change your family's life. It's over $150,000 scholarship, everything paid for. And the reality is you're good enough, you're going to be there 2 years and get out and sign an NBA contract to change your family's life. Anticipate what the person walking in front of you should do or should not do. I need everyone to type. You can't chat GTP, DeepSeek this, AI this. You got to think. You're in your school parking lot. A 6'10" senior, junior is in their truck. They're on their phone. You know, hey, that's Shaniqua. Hey, that's Jonathan. They're going to get a scholarship. They're going to make the school so proud. But the truck keeps going or the car keeps going. They're not going to stop for you. And you know they're a safe driver. Predict what you should do. Decide. I need to see people typing this in. I don't see people typing this in. Type it in. Some of you are just sitting here like, bro, why are you talking so much? Bruh, I'm trying to educate you. This is real life. The odds of you getting hit in your parking lot are so much greater than another location. Your friend cares about you, but they're about to get an offer to change their life. Let's keep moving. Execute. Okay, I'm just pasting in the IPDE process. I'm using real life examples. You, all of you, need to apply. If you don't, you're shortcutting yourself. What will you do? How will you execute this maneuver? If you're that 6'10" junior or senior, you get a call. It's from Kentucky. You're like, oh my God, it's from Kentucky. It's going to change your life. What should you do? Should you keep moving? Should you pause and pull over? What should you do? Should you keep going to get your spot? Because the assistant coach is coming in. They got the scholarship in hand. You have to sign it. You've already done the NCAA clearinghouse, and if you don't know what that is, then you're not a D1 prospect. This is when you take a certain number of science and math and reading courses, so you're eligible for a scholarship. You're eligible for a scholarship. But if you don't take care of your business, then you won't get a scholarship. If you don't take care of your business and maybe pull over, then you won't get your scholarship. If you're walking and don't take care of your business, you could get run over. You know he or she didn't do it intentionally, but you got run over. This is real life. You're humans. It takes 10 years to become a master. Your brain does not develop till you're 24. Please type in, what execution should you do? If you're the pedestrian and you see your friend and they're on the phone and they're happy and they're crying and they're happy and crying, or they could get an offer to go to the D League right out of high school. There are kids that good. And you talk to your friend and you're like, man, he's getting an offer right now. I'm the first one to know. And then I'm gonna post him. So this is real life. If you've ever been around a Division I prospect, if you have a friend or know someone who is a D1 prospect, type D1 in the chat. Again, if you have a friend who is a Division I prospect, type D1 in the chat, and I'm typing D1. Why? Because I was that D1 prospect. I had offers. I went to camp. It changed my life. But if you don't have one, it's okay. You're learning. Let's go on. The expressway is your series final. It's high risk and high reward. Okay? I'm going to talk about it. We were from the school parking lot now to the expressway. Merging, changing lanes. This is your ability to read the room, find your space. If you can't read the room, merging or changing lanes or find your space, you will cut off a car. You will sideswipe someone. This is you walking in the hallway. You run into someone. They push you. You're scared. You run the other way. They come and grab you. There are people who have social emotional problems in middle school, high school. How do I know? Because I teach this. There are people who drive their car. Tell a story. You've been with your mom and dad or friend, a story of them merging on the freeway or changing lanes. Did they do it fast? Did they not check their blind spot? Did they cut off a car? Please tell your story. It's so important. Okay, so again, merging and lane changing is equivalent to your ability to read the room and find your space. Cloverleaf exchange. This is like a subplot, meaning a cloverleaf is a circular road like a clover to take you on the freeway and off. I need you to type some examples of your friends who drive, them merging on the freeway or changing lanes. Please tell your story. Please type it in. It feels like I'm alone here. I'm not alone. Please type in your examples. All of you have friends, I hope. All of you should have friends who drive, I hope. Please tell your story. I'm talking about a cloverleaf now. A cloverleaf is a round circular drive. You have to go slow to get on, slow to get off. This is like you doing your subplot. This is like you working on your math problem. This is like you doing your document-based question in social studies or language arts. This is your teacher going to a DOK level 3 or 4. You have to be able to understand and apply. What if a car moves too slow? What if a car moves too fast? You got to be able to adjust. It's called a weave lane. Either you're going to go behind the car or in front of the car. But if you hesitate, you get ran over. The 4-second rule. This is to stay following distance. 4-second rule. Stay following distance. I'm going to put this in. You're getting so much value. Okay, I have Google links. I have scholarly links. But I want to really get through this because I'm going to go over this. You need a 4-second following distance. Okay, stay following distance in perfect conditions, about a 4 or 3 second. On ice, you need to increase your following distance. In rain, increase your following distance. At night, increase your following distance. Expressway driving situations are a distinct unit because they require different skills. So expressways are different than on the road. There's less margin for errors. I'm going to put this in. Man, you're getting such good value. Expressways, different situations. Like you in the hallway. It's really busy. There are 1,000 people in the hallway. They don't know who you are. They don't care who you are. Some people will step on your shoes. Some people will walk on you. Some people will say, excuse me. Some people will hit you with their backpack. Some people will write on you. You have to be aware. Expressway driving situations are a distinct unit. They're different. You got to get up to speed. You can't be staring at the speedometer, looking at your foot, looking at a line, panicking when a car comes out. I like that you're putting information in. High school examples. Frederick Senior High School. At Frederick Senior High School, students are in the art of series production, actually assuming the role. I'm gonna put a question in the chat. I need you to answer it because I need everyone to participate fully. We're talking about road rage. We're talking about the SIPED process. We're talking about things at your level. Answer this question in the chat. I'm not going to read it. You need to read it. I'm going on to the next. Act 3, production chaos, managing the unpredictable. I'm giving you examples. I-94, I-75, expressways are a production set. The actors don't follow the script. You're going to face speeding drivers. You will face distracted drivers. You're going to face rubbernecking drivers. You will face construction zones. You have to be ready for speeding drivers, distracted drivers, rubbernecking, and construction zones. You have to be ready. On top of your mom or dad or your instructor clocking your T, you're going too slow. You're going too fast. There's a semi-truck coming and you're 60, you need to be 70. Remember, safety is the biggest thing that bonds us together. Safety. I apply these concepts when I teach you. It's safety. It's safety. Abigail, thank you for self-reflection. Abigail's one of my best students. Self-reflection. Thank you, Abigail. I appreciate you 100%, Abigail. You know we appreciate you. Again, production chaos. You're managing unpredictable behavior. Let's go back to your high school parking lot. A kid's going to turn right in front of you. A kid's going to do a U-turn. A kid's going to back out. A kid's going to cut you off. A parent's going to cut you off. School buses usually follow the path up to the door. They are predictable. You're looking for predictability. We all are. You look for predictability in this class. I gave you an objective. Okay? We're looking for a predictability. Speeding drivers, distracted drivers, rubbernecking, and construction zones. I'm going to keep moving while you're giving personal examples. Please don't put random stuff. It's got to be near and dear to you. My example of my drivers merging out too slow. Trucks from Canada are doing 75 and 80. We're at 50. I'm saying to myself, Lord, protect us. Push the gas. Push the gas. But you get scared and lift your foot. You have a panic attack. You have a blank look in your eyes. Real talk. Okay? I'm just telling you what I'm going to see. High school examples. Okay? High school examples. Lakeside High School in Atlanta faced a tragic reality. 5 students lost their lives in a traffic collision in 2024-2025 school year. In response, they partnered with the Drive Smart initiative to bring the Alive at 25 defensive driving course to their students. That's real. The class made them think twice about distractions and peer pressure. This is real. So in some cases, a tragic event will happen at all high schools. We had a kid hit a couple years ago. He broke his leg, his shoulder, and his arm. He literally got ran over. He just ran out. One of my favorite students. He would make you mad, then he would speak truth. He would make you mad, then he would speak truth. After about 6 months, he and I got along because I knew how he worked. Hey, Mr. Myles, I need to take a break. I'm like, go ahead, take your break. Because he was about to self-destruct. That's love. That's care. When your teacher knows you need a break. But unfortunately, he got hit by a car. He's now in high school, going to the 10th grade. This is real world stakes of driver's education. Not just about passing your tests. It's about saving lives. I need you to share a story at your school. Abigail, you shared a story. You type in your story, Abigail. You told me you think I'm not listening. You think I'm on that driver's ed stuff, that old man stuff, that new man stuff. Abigail, you told me a story. You type it in. I was listening to you. Let's go on. Another high school example. Maine West High School requires 30 hours of classroom instruction. People, we only require 24. They need to raise their requirement. And 6 hours behind the wheel. including simulator training. I like that. The curriculum covers everything from basic car controls to driving on an expressway. I like that. Key quote, driving is not just a physical task, it is a primary mental and social task. If you're tired, you won't drive good. If you're angry, you won't drive good. If you have football practice and wrestling and weightlifting, you won't drive good. I have the day off today and Friday. I'm putting in a lot of hours. I need to recharge. I need to be a husband. I need to be a dad. I need to be me and just relax. So I'm telling those of you who haven't scheduled yet, you're putting pressure on yourself because I've been through this journey a long time. And if you don't have your hours, it's not my fault. Don't say, I don't care, because I do care, but you didn't schedule when I went through the roster every single time. We have about 95% of students scheduled. The other 5%, you get in where you fit in, because I'm not going to put my mental health or your mental health in jeopardy to get a kid done who can't make up their mind when they want to drive. I speak truth. And most of your parents are like, I tried to get them to sign up. Okay? So I'm going to put in a question in the prompt, and you need to answer it so we can have an interactive class. I put the question in. I'm not going to read it. You answer it. You guys are about a minute and a half to 2 minutes behind me, which is fine. I'm going on to the scholarly links, and I'm going to drop these in. And you can look at it at your own leisure to let you know I'm not just putting in random stuff, right? I'm just going to drop all this in and keep moving. That's what good teachers do. That's what I will be doing my next year in school. Those are all of your links that are put in there. Those are your links. This is where I got my information from, trying to help you. Now, I'm going to go over some information. You need to be typing your response in, and I'm not waiting for you because we don't have time to wait. And you need to use good information. I'm going to type in number 1. I'm putting them all in. What is one thing you learned today about being a showrunner that you can apply to your driving? Because I have 95% of you scheduled. We're going to do a big chunk of you this weekend. Okay? The second one, I'm going to put this in too. You answer all of them, because you get in what you put into this class. If you want to sleep and not do work, then mom or dad, that's your son or daughter. I'm not the gatekeeper. What is your biggest fear about driving on I-94, I-75, or on an expressway? Well, I'm embarrassed. I'm not going to say it. Guess what? All of you have the same fears. Okay? And I'm going to the next. I'm popping it in. You answer these questions. I'll read it. You answer. What is one thing you can do today to become a safer driver? One example could be putting your phone in the back seat, because when all of you drive, you have your phone under your leg. You act like it's your baby, it's your child. Your phone is under your leg. But one thing I've done, I have a whatever driver must know in the back. I have you read and then ask me a question. So we're reducing you not paying attention. We're increasing you paying attention, such as hazard ID awareness. Your school parking lot. People will walk in front of you. Mom and dad will do a U-turn. A kid will slam a brake. They're not going to use a blinker. Our friend who's 6'10" is going to get an offer. But it's an offer to play in the D League, and they're going to make $100K. And you're their best friend, and they want you to come with them. So these beautiful things happen all the time. I need you to understand this. I'm going to keep moving. I'm talking about road rage. Road rage isn't a single behavior. It's a whole spectrum of anger. Ooh, man. It's a whole spectrum of anger. And we're going deep today. So you are angry because you know you're failing geometry. Someone cut you off. You're not angry at them because they cut you off. Well, a little bit. You're angry because you're failing geometry. And your mom and dad are on your head. They say, get a job. Someone cut you off. The light just changed. Your fire is lit. Okay? It's a whole spectrum of anger, aggressiveness, and sometimes criminal actions behind the wheel. Research describes it as a constellation of thoughts and emotions. I'm emotional right now. I got a lot going on in my life. My brother, my son, my wife, my daughter, the home, the driver's ed, the car, breathing, right? We all have this. We all have thoughts. We all have emotions. We are human. Some of you hate being here. You're like, I can't wait for this to be over. Fine. And behavior that occurs in a response to a perceived unjustified provocation. You get cut off in the school parking lot. You gonna honk your horn. You gonna give a person the middle finger. They're a freshman, don't care. They're not gonna do anything. They're a sophomore, don't care. Not gonna do anything. They're a junior, uh-oh. They're a senior, uh-oh. That freshman, you put the middle finger up, it's gonna tell their parent and go to the principal and take a picture of your license. This senior put his middle finger up and swerved at me. Jonathan Jones, come down to the office, see the dean of students immediately. Coach Knight, come down to the office, go to the dean of students office immediately. AD Brantley, go down to the office, see the dean of students immediately. I'm a principal. The kid sent me the picture. I'm sending it to my dean, to your AD, and to your coach. Guess what? You're gonna be put on probation for 30 days, not driving to school. What? Yep, because you didn't think. I gave you a great example. You see how things happen, guys, but because you're under 24, you don't think. Your brain is not developed yet. All because you're failing geometry. You see how things happen. I want to keep going. There are 4 levels of road rage. Level 1, nonverbal annoyance. Quiet frustration. You keep it to yourself. We all do this. You complain to yourself. I'm going to put the example in. And you think of an example. Use a high school example. Someone cut me off. They stepped on my shoe. They keep asking for pencils. It's true. And the students keep breaking pencils. It's true. Or students put ink on the computer, ink on the desk, you sit on it. You're like, hey, Mr. Myles, can I go to the bathroom? I got ink on my new outfit. And I say no. And you're like, you get mad. I didn't say no this second, but let me take attendance. And then you calm down. Okay. And then we meet outside. What's wrong? I got ink on my new outfit. I'll write you a pass. But then the principal or dean gets mad at me the first 5 minutes. Mr. Myles, you can't let people out. My principal doesn't care about, they do care about, but they don't care about what's going on. Do you understand how it works? But you don't care. You just want to get out because ink is on your pants. And I understand you. And sometimes I'm willing to risk my job for you. I need you to talk about a situation you're going through in high school right now where something happened. Maybe someone stole your food, stole your phone. A kid just put their fingers in your food. You're angry. You're taught not to fight. You mutter under your breath. It happens. But take it to driving. It happens all the time. Number 2, expressed anger. Making your frustration visible. Okay? Making your frustration visible. And this happens because once I get to know you, I know you. Just like you know me. You know when I'm tired. You know when I'm happy. Right? Julian, they stole your lunch. It's about to be a problem. That happens all the time. Sometimes I'm like, here, brother, take my sandwich. Have my pop. Because I help my students and I care about them, right? Frustration. People walking slow in the hallway. I'm trying to get to my geometry class. I got a B-. I like my teacher. The do now stuff on the board. I get extra credit for being there early on time. You like trying to get to class, right? I'm trying to reward you for getting there first. But you got slow kids walking around you, or someone slow is driving. Do you feel the frustration? Can you type in yes if you feel what I'm feeling? I'm gonna type in yes too. Woo, man, we are preaching. Yes. If I come late, I got like 50 parents. All my students, hi. I'm like, oh my God. I gotta do my do now. I gotta pass on my computers. I gotta pass out the study guide. I gotta make 100 copies. That's how your teachers feel. They're like, wow, my teacher just comes in and sits there for 10 minutes. I'm not built like that. So yelling, honking, rude gestures, stare downs, and you come into my class, you're like, I'm about to kill someone. I'm like, what's wrong? These people. I'm like, go relax. I actually have a white couch in the back of my room. It's there for like a chill space. Do any of your teachers have a chilled area for you to go chill at? Okay, a chilled area. I'm typing in yes. Because if you're having a bad day, about to rip someone's head off, clock someone's teeth, I'm like, you go chill. Go sit in my chair in the back. I can? Yeah. Mr. Myles, you got some food? Man, go get them grapes. Go get my chips. I can have these? You got it. And then your friends come in. What you got? I'm like, leave them alone. What do you got? And then it's about to be a fight. And then the dean comes in. I'm like, Shaniqua, Shaquavia, Johnny, you need to leave them alone. But some of your friends keep getting in your business, and then you flip a chair. That's what happens all the time. But let's tie it to driving. You yell, you honk, rude. Okay? Julie, I feel you, man. That's me, baby. That's what I do. I take care of my students because I show that love. That's what I do. All right, let's keep moving. Aggressive driving. You use your car as a weapon. You're fed up. Hopefully that's not you. You're fed up. Okay? And this is you walking into the building and a parent is flying down the main entrance. You're like, is this parent gonna stop? Your friend's like, why you stop walking? Because this mom is going crazy. Because he's late. She had to fight with her son or daughter to get up. They don't have their work. And guess what? I'm gonna be calling you because your son or daughter started a fight in my class. So I guess you might as well just turn back around, park your car. I'm gonna meet you and talk to you in the media center. This is real, guys. We all have social emotional things. This is why I try to keep my classroom chilled. Real talk. I got that chilled YouTube music on, right? We chilled, relaxed, give you a fist pound, come in, do your do now. I try to be very predictable because sometimes when you get kicked out of class, can I come in your room and chill? Come on in, sit down. Because we don't want you in the hallway. Some of you will use the car as a weapon. You're tailgating. You're cutting off others. You're brake checking, swerving, and refuse to let people merge. This is an example. And then this is an example, and this is from AAA. Okay, they're our governing force here in our area. Okay, so you guys don't tailgate, you don't cut off others because you don't have that behavior yet. But if your mom or dad do, or they leave late, or if your mom or dad's trying to get to driver's head, this is why I say text me. Don't speed. Mr. McKinney, we're running late. Mr. Myles, we're running late. Text me. We'll be back in 10 minutes. We're human. You got to get gas. You woke up late. You got to get some fresh clothes. We are human. You feel me on this? Okay, let's keep going. Extreme road rage. This is criminal behavior. You're about to be arrested. right? I'm putting this in. You can think of examples, criminal behavior. You may not have any examples of aggressive behavior, but you might. Confronting another driver outside of a vehicle, a physical assault, using your vehicle as a weapon. I want to put this in. Have you seen this? If you have, describe the situation. I have seen this before. Two drivers outside of their car, putting hands on each other. I'm like, oh my God. And then I'm like, let's get out of the way, okay? Construction zones are good for this. Have you seen this type of behavior? We're not trying to, invade anyone's privacy, but yes, and let's kind of describe the situation. We're doing well. Don't worry. We're going to go over the quizzing in a moment. Everything is wonderful. Are young drivers at high risk? The answer is yes. Teen drivers had the highest crash rate of any group. And I'm going to give you the big 3 reasons why. Man, share your story. Okay, your age group has the highest crash rate per mile driven of any age group. Number 1, your brain is not developed yet. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that handles impulse control, reasoning, decision-making, doesn't fully develop to around 25. This means you're literally wired to be more impulsive. I'm about to hit them. Shaniqua, calm down. Wow, Julie, you tell some real stories. That's what I want to hear. Or they put Vaseline on the door, or they broke a pencil in the door lock so the teacher can't get in, or they unplugged everything in the classroom, right? We always hear these crazy stories. I always lock my door. But if you go to school, there's no guarantee that your stuff won't get stolen. Some of you are telling incredible stories. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want you to connect to. I'm going to read one of these stories. People are trying to race another and brake check people. So I had also seen people get out of the car and hit someone's window. Real life. Underdeveloped, where we talked about, because teens are driving for the first time, you don't have the skills sometimes. Thank you. Yes, I saw a car follow really close to another car and cut them off. Thank you. Yes, my mother was harassed and verbally assaulted at the bank going too slow. What? Trying to get money. That's crazy. Our brains aren't developed. Immaturity, brain not developed. You mess around. You mess around with everybody, your teacher, the principal, until the police are called. Then you mess with them and then you get arrested. You've seen the videos on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Don't play. 2 drivers yelling at each other at a stop red light. It's about to be on. Kids threw pennies at a Jewish kid's car, and he keyed their cars after. I'm taking pictures. I'm taking it straight to the principal. And if I'm their mom or dad, we're about to have a problem. We are not going to go after people because of their culture or religion. We're all beautiful people. We're all beautiful people. Thank you for sharing real. I'm looking for those real stories. So let's keep going. So this means literally you're wired to be impulsive. This is why I try to create a safe space in my room. Okay? And you can go back there, sit on the couch, relax. You're like, can I come in and relax? Go ahead. I'm just mad right now. I'm here for you. And sometimes I sit on that couch too, because it gets too much. We speaking real, man. Right? We speaking real. Next, personality traits peak in teens. Meaning, whatever your mom does, you could do. Whatever your dad does, you can do. You are impulsive. I'm going to run out and slam the door. I'm going to run into the room and dunk on the doorway. I'm like, bro, you can't even touch your doorway. I'm sensational seeking attention. I'm going to wear my shirt on backwards. I'm going to wear my shoes backwards. I'm going to have my shirt on backwards. We're in high school. We're in middle school. Act like a professional. You have aggression. You're talking about girls. You're talking about boys. You're bullying. You take this into driving. This is the highest during your adolescent or early adulthood. This means you're going to be wilding out. You're going to be wilding out. Yes, I'm giving you some examples. And you're going to be like, wow, I didn't know this. Put in some example. Athens get caught watching, right? Okay, well, it happens. Jay, you come with some good examples. Okay, hold on. How come Jay is going deep and no one else? Antonio, how come you're not sharing examples? Graham, Samantha, Sarah, Abigail. Come on. This man wants it. Jay is like, when you share these examples, it helps you understand like, oh man, I remember in class, I got to stop going after that kid. I'm not going to cut off this person. Why am I speeding down my neighborhood? This will help you literally calm down, okay? Because I deal with this age group. Every year your teachers are trained, okay? And sometimes you just need an area to chill. And I listen, all my students know my door is open for you. More teachers need to be like this. And when you drive, that's more pressure on you. All of you need to be sharing this. Some of you just sitting here like, bro. We got 45 minutes left. I'm going over road rage. I'm going over the SIPDE process. I'm giving you real statistics. I'm asking you to share high school examples. So when you see yourself in that parking lot going crazy, you're like, man, let me slow down. I got to pull over. I got to chill. And you breathe for a second. And then you park on the end and you walk slowly to the door. And sometimes I'm guilty of it too. You're always coming late. You're always coming late. You need to stop. You don't know what's going on in my home. I'm like, you're right. So I've learned to listen to you, watch your social emotional behaviors. We have something called ripple effects. If your district uses ripple effects, type it in. Ripple effects is a social emotional platform from kindergarten through 12th grade that we use to help you figure out. So if you use ripple effects, please type in yes, but I use it. Okay, if you use it, if you don't, that's okay. You might want to talk to your principal, talk to you. Can we use ripple effects? It's great for social emotional learning. Okay, and if you see your little brother, sister wilding out, you got to pull them aside. What are you doing? You going crazy, bro? Right? So you're going to do impulsive things all the time. You're going to seek attention. Young males especially are prone to escalate in terms of violence, and this goes into driving. You overestimate your skills. Young drivers tend to overestimate their driving ability while underestimating danger. Okay? You think you're skilled, but you are the problem. Okay, I'm putting this in. You can think of an example. You can think of your friend. Young drivers tend to overestimate their driving ability. It happens all the time. Excuse me, I burped in private. While underestimating danger. It is the main character syndrome. You think you're the skilled driver and everyone else is the problem. You can share a personal example. You can share some of your friends, right? Let's keep going. Research highlights. A study found that adolescent DWI offenses and juvenile delinquency show significantly more anger and hostility and feelings of powerless. So, Abigail, you know what I'm talking about because you gave me some information out about the youth home and wanting to work there and why it's difficult. And there are a lot of people who go through those social emotional changes, but they take it into driving. Okay, and this needs to be addressed. This is why my locker, yes. My locker bud hit a parked school bus. Yes, I've seen that. I've seen you just, hit the locker. I'm like, you gonna break your hand. They don't care, they in a rage. They flip a chair, I don't care. They flip a chair. Okay, yes, cousin crash recovery. Yes, 100%. Putting the car in the ditch. Because this ties to road rage. I want to keep going. My friend, my often goes extremely fast on roads, displaying character syndrome. You're driving too fast, you're about to lose control. You're young, kryptonite quotient. You think, oh man, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So a feeling of powerlessness. So how do you avoid becoming the road rager? You take a breath. You expect mistakes. Yep, my cousin put his car in the ditch. Real talk. Real talk. If I was on the dirt road too, I'd probably put my car in the ditch. We don't know how to drive on that. There's not a lot of research. So I need you to take a breath if you become angry. Expect mistakes. In your school parking lot, it's high mistakes. Listen to music or a podcast that redirects your feelings away. If you come around room during the school year, we chilled. We on the ocean water. It's very relaxed, smooth, right? I use the wheel of names. I use a countdown timer. Adjust the temperature in my room. I do that. I like it cool. Leave early. Rushing equals more frustration. Build a buffer time. Leave early. Remind yourself of consequences. Getting home safely instead of winning a confrontation. I'm going to put this in. Getting home safely instead of winning a confrontation. This should mean something to you more today. I'm telling you a story. Okay? You want to get home safely. Winning a confrontation is not what it's about. How to handle road rage, where they come for you. Ooh. Someone is tailgating. Let them pass. Don't brake check. This is your masterclass. Someone is yelling. Don't make eye contact. Someone is following you. Don't go home. Call 911. Drive to a police station. Someone cut you off accidentally. Wave, I'm sorry. It can de-escalate the situation. Someone is threatening you. Keep windows up, lock door. Don't get out of your car. I'm putting in my sources to let you know I'm not just saying stuff. I'm putting in my sources. Those are my sources, team. High-level teaching, aggressive driving in young adults, road rage definition and spectrum, teen drivers and driving risk, driving impulsivity, woo! Defensive driving education. I'm pulling the sources in. You're going to answer these questions in the chat. What level of road rage have you witnessed or experienced? Type it in. There's no judgment. What is your biggest trigger behind the wheel? What makes you mad? This is our therapy today, but we're learning a lot. What's your biggest trigger? I'm putting these in. We're going to keep moving. And then I'm going to hit you with those videos. You'll be like, uh-huh. What's your biggest trigger? Is this someone not using a blinker? Is this someone just cutting off? A senior blocking a sophomore from driving? A senior who's going to cut everyone off to be out? Where do accidents happen in your school district? Are they in the parking lot? Are they not stopping at the stop sign? They don't. What's one way to cool off? Okay. I-94, I-75, I-69, I-80, wherever you drive. What's one way to cool off? What do? Truth check. Have you ever reacted to a driver and didn't realize it escalated the situation? I'm putting in that truth check. That's real. Truth check. We're getting really deep today. Truth check. I've had truth checks. Once I'm done driving you guys for 8 hours, I just kind of chill in the parking lot a few minutes. I breathe. I hydrate. I go out, stretch my legs. It's true. I'm thankful. But this is why I take a 2-hour break and drive my group 6 to 8, so I'm recharged. I get into a deep sleep. So I'm able to drive well, okay? That's what I do. I have an Apple. You see me with my Apple? Come on. Okay, it was 104 degrees in the driver's seat car. I'm like, oh my God, I got a banana, potassium. I'm not trying to get cramps. Even though we got the AC on, it's still hot. Woo, boy, right? Tragic crashes generally occur when we are distracted and not fully focused on the task. I'm gonna drop this in. And the hyperlink is number 8. Come on, we giving you real sources. Tragic crashes generally occur when we are distracted. The recruiter from Kentucky or the D-League scout, your mom is texting you. You left your ID and your study guide. You can get 10 bonus points by getting your study guide. You're at a C- in geometry. You need a B- to play. You're gonna stop, turn back around, go home, get that study guide. You're gonna be late, that's okay. Your mom says, don't speed. I'll call you in. You're like, thanks, Mom. I appreciate you, I love you. I love you too, drive safe. You go home, you get your study guide, your mom and dad gives you a hug, put some money in your account. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I just called you in, you're okay. Then your teacher comes in like, you know you're supposed to be here on time. Can I talk to you a moment? No, I don't want to talk to you. You just come in, and before you leave, you have that proper conversation with your teacher, okay? And then everything's good. You get your points. Type in takeaway. Takeaway. Type in takeaway. What did you learn today? Share your personal example. Okay? So important. Share your personal example. I see it all the time. And as you're sharing your personal example, we're going to go in and focus on your information on your quizzing. And we're getting ready to share this right now. You owe it to yourself to have the discussion, your peer group discussion, right? We're going to go over the answers right now. This is from worksheet 4. We talked about road rage. We talked about how in your teen high school environment, those are triggers. We talked about in your parents' environment, driving you to school, dropping you off, picking you up, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma or grandpa may drive slow. And then you're like, they're about to cut off my grandma. You come out flipping your backpack off, ready to, don't mess with my grandma, bro. It's going to be a problem. Don't mess with my grandpa. Type in love if you love your grandmother or grandfather. Yes, I'm typing love in. Come on. L-O-V-E. Boom. Love. I love my grandfather. You do not want problems. Because your grandmother or grandfather, all they do is love you. They don't judge you. Come on, man. Driving is real. Okay, you're like, I really like this. Okay, we're going over the answers right now. Stay with me. You answer those questions. 80% accuracy? So happy. You're like, I like you, Mr. Myles. It's from my heart. It's from my heart. I'm not going to be fake with you. If you're wrong, I'm going to say you were wrong. You're like, I know. Go apologize. I'm sorry. And then we sit down. If you're having a bad day, go sit in the back on the couch. Relax. Can I sit in your chair a couple minutes? You got a pencil? Here's the key. Open up the closet. You got some paper? In the closet. Can I sit in the back? I'm really mad at everyone. Do your work. Sit in the back. Thank you. Can I use your phone to call the house? I left my phone. No problem. My principal lets students use her phone because she cares. It's about caring. I'm putting a lot on you. I'm not going easy on you. First question, if the driver ahead of you is distracted, you should maintain a safe following distance. 26 of you got it right. Love it. You should not wear headphones while driving because you will not be able to hear important roadway sounds, an ambulance, a police car, but people still do it. The best time to address distractions that can affect driving is before driving begins. If you have friends who are wild, y'all got to calm down. Because we go into the high school parking lot and they're just all over the place. If you know you're about to hit a hot area, you tell your friends, you got to lock up, man. Cut that music off. You playing too much. Don't put a talkie in my face. It's true. Fatigue affects your ability to perceive and respond to hazards. True. It is illegal for a person 21 or older to drive with a blood alcohol of 0.08. True. 2 physical effects that affect driving are judgment and vision. If you are taking cold medication and drive, it has codeine. It can make you fall asleep. Okay? And we haven't talked about anti-anxiety, oppositional defiant, because people are on medications. And I want to know if you're on medication. I'm on medication. I'm just letting you know, I might my face might start moving, or I might start just getting angry. Just tell me so I know. No one ever cared about me as much as you do. I'm just speaking truth. Thank you. Medicines used to treat common cold often make you sleepy. I just talked about this. True. A driver loses control of his or her emotions and attempts to harm other drivers. This is called road rage. It's not you. You fell trick. Whoa. You left your homework at home. You need those 10 points. You're going to get a scholarship, but you won't know until the 4th quarter. The recruiter really likes you. You're going to go to University of Texas. You got a nice 3-pointer. They saw you twice. Your coach sent them highlights. But you got to get that grade up in math. I'm trying everything I can, coach. You got to do this extra credit. You got to get through. Your teacher's willing to work with you. I know, but I got to pick up my sister. And then I got to work. And then I can't get to sleep until 12. I understand, but you got to get through this rough point. I'm trying, coach. Strong emotions can cause you to fix your attention on one event. This is true. If someone cuts you off, you're focused on the cutoff. You're driving through the school parking lot. You're angry. And you almost hit your favorite teacher. It happens. So you got to remember, people are in this emotional whirlwind from that 14-8 to about 24. It's deep. The best time to take a short break when you feel drowsy, the best time to take a short break is before you feel drowsy or tired. True. True. But they gonna get mad at me because I'm late. Do you not want to arrive? Do you want to have an accident? Do you want to crash? Do you want to die? No. I had to stay up every single day to 3 a.m. because my sister was sick and my mom is working 2 shifts and dad is not in the house. I understand. I'm gonna write you a pass. I'm gonna go text the counselor. I want you to go down and see the dean. Talk to them. It's deep, man. I'm in education. A sign of drowsy driving is you do not remember what you did the last few miles. This is true. When are you most likely to encounter impaired drivers? This is late night, early mornings, and especially in weekends or holidays. 27 got it right. In a front wheel skid, your vehicle moves straight forward in spite of steering input. This is true. Front wheel skid. A body at rest tends to remain at rest unless, let me start over. A body at rest tends to remain at rest is defined as inertia. Wear your seatbelt, wear your seatbelt, wear your seatbelt. Your most important decision will involve how you manage available time and space. Example, my student almost hit a car. The car's front warning detector went off. We slammed brakes. I had to lift that foot off. We almost got rear-ended. Mine went on overload. We love you. It's going to happen to all of you. There'll be a better second drive. We stopped on a green light. The truck behind us almost rear-ended us. You're so patient. I am, but also I got to speak truth. Which of the following is not a principle of controlling the consequences of a vehicle crash? Hit an approaching vehicle rather than a stationary object. This is true. If you must stop suddenly and your vehicle is not equipped with ABS, pivot your foot between the gas and brake pedal firmly. Stop just before a lockup. If a driver is about to be struck from the rear by another driver, you should be ready to apply the brakes as so not to be pushed into another vehicle. 25 of you got it right. Let's keep going. Your most important sense used while driving is vision. Vision. You got to see ahead of you, behind you, to the left, to the right. The closer you pass an object, the faster it appears to move. When pulled over, where should your hands be? Visible to the officer, on the steering wheel, on the dashboard. We've seen the Sunrise Police Department in Florida, aggressive driving unit, road rage unit, pull over to the side, turn on your four-ways. We saw the young man who was on a level 1 license, no 21-year-old in. The kid got 3 tickets. 1, no learner in the car who's over 21. 2, aggressive driving, cutting in and out of traffic. And 3, speeding. But he did a textbook pullover. He pulled over to the right. He turned on his four-ways. The officer said that. If you are in the far right lane of a freeway and want to change lanes to the middle lane, be especially aware of vehicles in the far left lane wanting to change lanes too. You got to look over your shoulder, quick glance. When exiting a freeway, when should you signal? Well ahead of the deceleration lane, so you don't carry a lot of speed. 21 of you got it right. I need more. What is the largest cause of crashes while driving in the fog? Drivers driving too fast for visibility ahead. You want to use the white line on the right, edge line or fog line. Time is beautiful. What challenges does city driving have? There is limited visibility, the Mount Clemens trap area, the people looking for Pokemon, don't laugh. The guys and ladies on e-bikes, people walking dogs, not paying attention, lost. Every day we go to the downtown Mount Clemens trap area. You have to be able to master it. Next, on rural roads, is it more difficult to recover from an error? Speeds are higher, roads are narrower. It is, yes, it's more difficult. What is the most common type of crash in the construction zone? Rear-end collisions. Most shoulders have less traction than paved roads, which can make off-road situations dangerous. Here's the problem. If you go off-road, you're going to overturn the wheel. That's going to make the right front tire dig in, and rollover potential is very great. It happened 2 months ago. One of my students, heading off the shoulder, they overcorrected. The car swerved to the left. And all I did was hold the wheel because we were about to hit a car head on. You guys understand, we go through this every day. So you need to be more appreciative. I got you. If you experience a vehicle breakdown, what is your top priority? Pulling off the road as safe as possible. You don't want to get hit. I have a good video on Scene TV. I might show you that. When encountering rough and slippery road conditions, a driver should move slower. Which lane should you drive in on the freeway if you're traveling? Which lane should you drive if you are traveling on the freeway? The right lane. After driving through puddles, you should gently squeeze your brakes to heat them up, evaporate the water off of your brake system. Why is black ice so dangerous? It cannot be seen by the human eye. If you experience a vehicle breakdown, how can you help other roadway users safely see you? Turn on your hazards. It doesn't guarantee, but it helps. Passing on the right of an intersection is allowed if the road specifically widens for the purpose of passing. The move over law requires that a driver change lanes or slow down when they encounter emergency vehicles, roadside activity. 12 of you got it right, 17 of you got it wrong. That's scary. That means you don't know it. Please make note of this. Roundabouts what benefits do roundabouts offer? There is a reduction in serious injury and fatal crashes. When you are merging onto a freeway, who should yield the right of way? The driver entering the freeway. 9 of you don't understand this. 3 of you also didn't answer. So this tells me you don't understand merging on the freeway rules of the right of way. I need to reinforce that. If it starts to rain on a hot day, the road is most slipperyest for the first few minutes. 15 of you understand it. 5 of you, a total of 14 of you don't understand. So you don't understand about the rain in a slippery road. How can you reduce your risk of driving in snow? Brake gently. 2 of you put steer quickly. 1 of you put reduce air pressure in the tires. No. How can you reduce sun glare while driving? Keep your windshield clean. Windows clean. A good indicator that hydroplaning can occur, water is standing on the road. 4 of you said water is standing in the ditch. We're not driving in the ditch. If you encounter aggressive driver who appears agitated, you should change your path of travel. When it's raining, your choice of speed should be influenced by the amount of traction. Why should you clear snow and ice off of your entire vehicle before driving? Snow and ice could come loose while driving. All of you takeaway, type in a couple of things you learn. A couple is 2. We spend a lot of time on road rage, aggressive driving, high school scenarios, real life, middle school, high school, finding that caring teacher, social, emotional, your friend getting a scholarship, mother's upset, dad's upset, you upset. Pause for a moment. Breathe. I feel good that we've had a very high energy positive class. I feel good that we went over 61 to 91. Takeaway, high level. And what you put is important to me. Just don't put random stuff. I have high quality notes. I gave you Google Scholarly links to let you know that this is real. And I gave you real examples because I'm an educator. Middle school, high school, summer classes, AP classes, your parent dropping you off, your mom dropping you off, grandma dropping you off. Grandma, she almost hit me. I give her grace. Maybe she didn't see me. Your brother speeding, running late, sweating, dropping you off, saying get out, throwing your bag of Takis out. I've seen it. Hi. Students waving at me. I'm like, hey, how you doing? This is why I like to come to school early. Make my copies. Set up the computers. Write my objectives on the board. Give you a fist pound when you come in. Do your do now. Let's get into the lesson. Let's start reading. You're only using the computer twice a week. We're not there every day, losing our mind. And through that, we have good drivers. It's really important. So we're going to show you a couple of videos, and then what I'm going to do, the drivers who need driving times, you're going to stay after this session is over. The drivers, my drivers who need driving times, you're going to stay with me after. We're going to take care of it in 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. I'm not going to use class time to schedule drivers. We're going to do that after because I want to use class time for class time. Give me 1 second. Guys, this is a very powerful class today. Masterclass. We went into examples of road rage, high school examples, college examples, real life examples. How you teach your son or daughter does matter. I need you to lock me in. I need you to subscribe. That's the only way you're going to get the new masterclass because we're going in depth, giving you real life examples. Subscribe. Bye.